I stunt doubled Tom Sizemore for this movie called Visible Scars. And I fell down some stairs, and I got lit on fire, did a fire burn for his big death scene. And I've recently watched the film, because you can watch the whole thing on YouTube. It's awful. It's a bad movie. By the way, I was non-union. It was a non-union gig. I got paid like $100 a day.
How are you doing a fire burn as a non-union?
I was a fresh arrival in Los Angeles. This was about 8 years ago.
It was just like, we need some dude that we light on fire and push.
Well, and here's the cool thing, right? So they spray painted. They had this spray on hair, and it was black, and they spray painted black hair on my head. And then they used me for all the long shots too from Tom Sizemore, because apparently a lot of what happens is these low budget films, they will pull all of their money and all of their investment, and they'll get a star for like 2 days. So they had Tom Sizemore for $1 million for 3 days worth of work. And that was it. And so they didn't get all the footage they need. So they used me as Tom Sizemore. As they do long shots like me from the back, like burning the evidence, or walking into the house, or having a conversation with the wife, or dropping the girl's body. Then they have no more money for anybody else. So I got $100 a day for basically 3 days worth of work, which involved falling down some stairs and a fire burn.
And the whole time he's thinking, I made it.
No, and that's what I was doing. 'Cause it's like 8 years ago, and I was like, yeah, look at this, Mom. I'm doubling Tom Sizemore. I'm in the big time now, baby.
Warning. The following program contains language not suitable for younger listeners. And spoilers. You have been warned.
Now beamed from the fortified bunker below Culver City, California, this is Well, That Happened Movie Review.
Ladies and gentlemen, in case you haven't figured it out, it is time for Well, That Happens Movie Review.
Yeah.
I am joined, as always, by Jeffrey Potts.
Hello.
And Sam Renderos. And we have a guest in the studio. Mr. Damarest, how you doing, buddy?
Hi, I'm Ryan D.
Ryan D, as his professional.
Or Demarest, whatever.
Ryan D is in the house.
So, you were on our main show. So, in case they haven't seen the main show yet, tell us a little bit about yourself, briefly. Plug any websites. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry.
God, don't step on it.
Plug your holes.
I am a stand-up comedian, actor, and podcaster. So I have a podcast, comes out on Wednesdays. It's called Humpcast. I was just at the Ice House in Pasadena. You can catch me. You can go to my website, actually, at teamryand.com. You can see all my work there. And I was in the Tender film that you guys reviewed.
Right.
So
That's right.
I was the main character.
Brian and JoJo.
I don't know why I acted all surprised. Like, oh, that's right. Yeah, you were. I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Like, what? Why is that a shock to me?
He looks so different. No glasses, clean shaved.
I was clean shaven and
Haircut short.
So let's go to Netflix it.
We're going to Netflix it. Now, this is the point of the show where we make up our own Netflix tagline. I have no idea what the Netflix tagline for Milius is because I can't find it. I'm technologically impaired. So I'm going to use the IMDb tagline.
Well, it wasn't on Netflix
It wasn't
streaming.
on Netflix.
So
It was on Amazon Prime.
It was on Amazon Prime. You can go and check it out.
Which is why
there.
I probably can't find it. So the IMDb tagline is a look at the life of filmmaker John Milius.
Solid.
That's it.
It's a
That's
solid
very
description
simple.
right there.
Exactly.
Wow.
That is
Very
100% exactly what it is. Whew. So, Haley, would you like to go first?
Yeah.
Good.
There's John. There's Milius.
No, what I'm going to say is guns, girls, and gold. Milius.
I like
Nice.
it. That's actually that's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Solid. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to beat that.
Ryan, do you have a tagline set up?
yeah. Hollywood gun nut with famous friends has a stroke.
Awesome. Jeffrey Potts, do you have a tagline for us?
Sure. Let's see here. John Milius went to school with George Lucas, and he didn't go to, but he was friends with Steven Spielberg. The three of them, the Tres Amigos, one of them didn't do quite as well as the other two. So, but John Milius, he had a hand in a lot of movies.
That's an engaging tagline. Good job, Jeff. That's wow.
I love your movement, though.
One of them, not as things in the hands.
Yeah, you know
Done.
Words.
Sam Renderos, you got a tagline for us?
Gargantuan Republican bear bursts into the scene of Hollywood, shooting AK-47s, threatening Martin Sheen with a gun, and then shakes himself to sleep while making Genghis Khan. That's what happens. He shakes himself. I don't know what I'm saying.
Wow, that was not good at all.
No.
All right.
I had it better in my head. It just did not.
Well done. All right, and I'm going to say, you may not know the name, but you know the work. This documentary about the life of filmmaker John Milius delves into the demons of gun-toting Republican filmmaking maverick of Hollywood, John Milius.
Nice.
Well, if you
Okay,
want to
you
put it
win.
that way.
Sounds like a PBS special. Join us.
I don't know
on
if it's as
Frontline.
good as, you
No,
know.
well,
Well,
the
that's
hand
true.
thing,
I mean, that's
it's
true.
not
The praying
visual.
mantis
Netflix
thing.
doesn't do that.
Right.
I don't think that for Netflix, under the tagline, they're like this.
Jeff, how do you spell this?
Well, this is the more like, you know, I put my hands in everything, but at the same time, like a praying
For
mantis,
those of you-
I eat the heads off the heads of my enemies.
Is the Q silent?
What's that?
Is the Q silent?
The heads?
No, of how you spell this.
This
For
is
those of you who are not
hands.
watching this on the YouTube and are only getting the audio podcast, Jeff is making praying mantis motions towards the microphone.
Putting his hands
with
in everything.
hands.
That's what I'm doing. Putting my hands in
the
everything.
hands
Oh,
and
I get
everything
it.
in
Jaws.
exactly
Yeah.
one or two spots.
Thank you.
And there we go. Let's move on.
Robert Shaw.
So this week on the WTH podcast, we watched the film Milius, a documentary about the filmmaker John Milius, who embodied in most of his work masculinity, writing the Robert Shaw monologue from Jaws, writing and directing Red Dawn, writing Apocalypse Now, creating the series Rome. This guy, truly masculine, truly amazing. So what I'd like to know is, what is your personal favorite film about masculinity? Ryan?
I just thought about this right now, but I feel like because I grew up in a time where Pierce Brosnan was 007, I'm thinking maybe GoldenEye.
That's a good one. That's actually a really strong poll. I respect that poll. Pierce Brosnan's best Bond film.
Yeah, definitely.
Solid movie, and he was very cool and very masculine. I approve of that.
All right.
Haley, what do you have?
I'm going to go with Goodfellas on this one.
I am not shocked.
Well, it was between that and Boogie Nights, but I think Goodfellas is the better one to go with this time.
Nice, Goodfellas. It's very cool. Lots of white men behaving badly.
I know. It's
Cool.
great.
No, I approve.
Short man, too.
Right. Jeffrey Potts, masculinity.
Well, this really wasn't much of a, you know, toss up in my mind. Although, for a brief second, a glimmer of a briefest of the second, Master and Commander came in my head. But
That's
then,
a good film.
But then, of course, it has to be trumped by my all-time 100% number one Desert Island favorite movie of all time. Of course, you just mentioned he wrote the Robert Shaw monologue to the Indianapolis story. It's Jaws. I love Jaws.
And Jaws is a great
Jaws is
film,
my
and it
favorite
is a
movie.
very, very masculine movie. There is no question.
Jaws was my first choice, and then I just started going into 007.
That's all right. It's all right. Jaws is
excellent.
I just thought that was going to be like a common answer. So I was
well, you know, it should be a common answer because it should be everyone's favorite movie. That's all I'm saying.
Good choice. Sam Renderos.
I'm going to go with Sylvester Stallone's Rambo 2. Not the first one, the second one.
Nice.
Because that's what I grew up on as a kid.
Nice.
It was constantly on television or constantly on VHS. I'm not sure because I don't remember that well. I just remember that was my first introduction to badassery and just being a murderous man. And I was like, that's cool.
It was a Rambo 2. That's the one where he pours the gunpowder into his belly to cauterize the wound. Yeah. That's
He's in Vietnam.
That's a pretty badass film. That was a pretty great
I
film.
own that one on the old
Stallone
movie
collection.
Yeah, because I love First Blood, but I think the one I watched the most was Rambo Part 2.
I love First Blood. First Blood's amazing.
Oh yeah, so good.
That's definitely Rambo 2 is definitely the one that I grew up with most
Nice.
in terms of the Rambo movies.
That's a
I
bold
didn't even know
interesting
there was
choice.
a
I like
3.
it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I did not know there was a 3. I was like, Afghanistan? That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the newest one came out?
Just Rambo.
John Rambo. Or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Which was cool. I liked it.
I actually haven't seen it, which I'm ashamed to admit.
It's actually
Well.
surprisingly well done. Some of the audio quality is a little weird, like when the sequence where he's talking with the rain. The rain is much louder than it should have been, so it comes off very kind of quiet on the vocals. But,
Right.
You know,
Was it that, or just nobody could understand what he was saying?
No, it was a combination because I mean, paradise.
So what happens when you get
Inside
your
my
face paralyzed? Before sex?
Yeah, so I mean, because he had made that and Balboa for $5 million,
Wow.
both films.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's great.
They were like, I want to do another Rocky movie, but I want to do Rambo, and they're like, no. I'm like, how about this? You give me $5 million, I will make Balboa, and I will make Rambo. And they were like, okay, cool, because we were going to give you 10 to do Balboa, but if you want to do it, you want to go baller on this. Here's 5. Make 2
Awesome.
movies.
I
after.
didn't know that. That's pretty great. Well, I loved Balboa. I thought that was amazing.
I've not watched.
Did you guys hear about all the flack that he was getting because he accepted the Golden Globe for Creed, and didn't thank the main character
or director?
No,
He
wow.
or the director,
Yeah.
who are both black?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
He thanked the production company twice.
Yeah.
He didn't realize until after he got off stage during commercial break.
Right.
Yeah, well,
But then he went
he
back up.
did run back
Yeah,
up.
he-
I mean,
he
he
went
tried.
back up,
It's
yeah.
just the most
They cut,
audiences didn't
yeah.
see that.
Nobody saw
Unfortunately.
it.
Right.
My love starts paralyzed. Can't think.
Well, my favorite masculine film is actually my favorite movie of all time, and that is The Quiet Man, directed by John Ford, starring John Wayne, Maureen O'Hara, Victor McLaglen. To me, it is the idea of what a man is. You do what you believe is right, and you have your own moral line, no matter what the consequences are, and that's really fantastic. And I love that movie, and I love John Wayne, and I love The Quiet Man.
Damn,
So
I
The
just-
Quiet Man is my film.
I just like the better one too.
Yeah, did you? What you got?
What do you got?
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
That's a good one.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
Have you seen The Good, the Bad, and the Weird?
No.
We reviewed that last week? 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, Korean film.
It's a Korean film. It's interesting.
Huh.
It's good. It's bad. It's weird. I'll be honest with you.
It takes place in Mongolia. It's a Mongolian Western taking place in like 1920.
Whoa.
Yeah,
It's crazy. It's fantastic.
It's a fun movie.
Is it
It's
on
long.
Netflix or?
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
I'll have to
It's
check
streaming.
It out. I'll have to check
I'm
it
worth
out.
checking out. All right, great. Do we move on? Or we
Yeah.
go to question time? Let's move on. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed that commercial and you're going to buy Sanka coffee. Now, that being said,
Psychic
San-
copy.
does Sanka still exist?
Yeah, they make.
Wouldn't it be
yeah.
great? Wouldn't it be great if we had a Sanka sponsorship and no one drinks it? Hilarious. That being said, we are now going to ask Todd, me, this guy right here, is going to ask some questions to see how closely y'all were paying attention to the film Milius. Are you
Okay.
ready?
Sure.
Yes.
No.
The winner gets Jack.
Daniels?
Yeah, there's over there.
All right, here we go.
To the bar
We're ready.
in the bunker.
Question number 1. Who does John Milius not write for?
Sam,
Sam.
the studio heads.
Wrong.
Jeff.
Jeff.
Women.
Half right.
Haley.
Haley.
Oh,
The People.
I got it.
Wrong.
I just got it too.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Ryan, Democrats.
All right. Can I-
Wrong. Because I think Steven Spielberg's a Democrat.
Pussies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pussies and women, according to
Elliott.
Sam Elliott, right at the
That's
very
great.
beginning.
That's great.
John Milius doesn't write for pussies or women. He
Yeah.
writes for men. Nice. So Jeff gets a half point.
Sweet.
All right. Question 2.
Oh, never
Yes.
mind. I was going to say, last week on your... I want to make a correction quick before we go on. Last week you said Sam Hain as an answer. I didn't hear it, and you would have got a full point for that. So I just want to make sure that you still lost, but I want to make sure that you know that was actually correct, and I just didn't
Yeah, I
quite hear it.
didn't pronounce it correctly.
No, well, you didn't... It's okay. I just didn't hear it. I had it written down as the other way. Anyway.
All right. Oh, dear God, I can't read my own handwriting. Question number 2. At what age did John Milius plan on being killed?
Haley.
Sam.
Sam.
It was Haley first, actually.
Haley.
24.
Wrong.
Ryan,
Ryan.
19.
Wrong.
Sam,
Sam.
17.
Wrong.
Oh. Jeff, I'm going to go with...
I didn't call on you, bitch.
I don't care. I'm answering anyway. 26.
26 is correct. You
Yes.
get a bonus point if you can say why.
Killed in war, Vietnam.
No.
No.
Not why, not where, but
Don't
why.
try to help him out. He got it wrong.
You got it wrong. It was 26, and he said he saw no point in living past that.
Ah, okay.
Well, I mean, and he's probably right because he stroked out.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3. This is an easy one.
You're right. He should
Wow.
have topped off at about 50, you know?
26. Done. Big Wednesday. Apocalypse Now. Don't need that. Why could John Milius not get into the military?
Haley.
Haley.
He had asthma.
He had asthma. Haley JoAnna. Number 4. What was the name of John Milius's first big film?
Sam,
Sam.
Le Cordon Bleu.
Wrong.
Oh, crap.
Ryan,
Ryan.
Samurai Cop.
Awesome, but wrong.
Haley.
Haley.
Apocalypse Now?
No.
I don't know.
Devil's 8.
Devil's... Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
that's right.
God, I should have paid more attention.
All right.
There's too much facts coming out.
Number
It was way
5.
too much.
Yep.
Number 5.
We're
I
gonna
can't
skip.
read.
We're gonna skip 5. Number 6. What was? Jesus Christ! What was John Milius's first directorial big budget film?
Ooh, I hate you because
Ryan,
Ryan.
Conan the Barbarian.
No.
oh, would have been so good. If
That would have been great.
Jeff, Big Wednesday.
No.
Ah, damn.
Sam,
Sam.
his first one.
Yes.
The one where they said he could direct it, and
That's
he's like, I
right.
can direct it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that one.
Caligula.
Remember which one that was?
Apocalypse Now?
No.
I'm just going to answer all of them.
Oh, I know.
Now.
Ryan,
Ryan.
Dillinger.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan. Dylan, I'm gonna give you a half point because it was late.
So,
This game's stupid.
you and Jeff are tied.
No,
with
Jeff's
half
still
points.
winning. Jeff's got a point.
He's
now.
got a whole solid point.
Yeah, I'm still a half point ahead of you.
All right, so number 7, and you guys already answered this question. Well, Sam did. How did John Milius chains Martin Sheen's
Sam.
silver? Ooh, Jeff.
He made him hold a gun.
Right? And bonus points for anyone who can tell me the model number.
45. Oh,
That's
45.
the
I
caliber.
meant. I don't know. the model
Sam.
Sam?
It was the World War II issue M811, I think, or something like that.
Close.
The M1811.
No.
The
M,
M80.
M, don't say M, that's machine
The
gun.
BB-8.
Nope.
30-06?
Nope. It was
TK-421.
the Colt-
R2D2.
It was the Colt 1911 45 ACP.
I was close.
So anyway, so
I
Jeff,
use that gun in Medal of Honor all the time.
I used to have that gun. What is John Milius's fantasy?
Sam. Snorting cocaine off of a hooker's ass.
No.
Haley.
This is actually
Ryan.
terrifying and dark. Ryan?
Oh, wait, she went first, though.
Haley? I'm sorry, I didn't
Having
hear you.
a career in the military.
That was his dream, but not his fantasy.
Jeff after Ryan if he doesn't get it.
Oh, I know this
Ryan.
answer. Damn it.
Dropping fire on a bunch of children.
Yep. Dropping fire on children.
Okay, can I just point out, I liked the fact that the one guy was taking too long to say that, so they had Charlie Sheen tell them.
Yeah.
And Charlie's just like, I'll just say it, like, whatever.
yeah, that was Charlie Sheen's only moment in that film.
I love
No,
Charlie
he's talking
Sheen.
about how his dad told him about the gun.
Yeah,
It's true. It felt like it was the same interview.
Probably.
All right. What does John Milius claim is his political leaning?
Jeff.
Haley.
I think it was
Jeff.
I think it was,
It was
Jeff,
Jeff.
too.
He's going to say the answer, and then if it's wrong, I'll say the other one that I think it is.
Anti-anarchist? No.
No. Nope. Out. Haley.
He's a Zen anarchist.
Zen anarchist.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Damn
right.
it.
Haley, good job.
Wow.
Well done.
Well, hey, Ryan, we're doing really bad here, huh?
Yeah.
Ryan has half a point.
I got 0,
All right.
right?
And the
Yeah.
final
Yeah, speak for
question, because
yourself.
I only wrote down 10 because I'm lazy. Who stole from John Milius?
Sam.
Sam.
His accountant best friend. Charles Dickens.
Close. Chuck Reedy. But you're absolutely right. All right. Good
One
job.
out of a man.
Take that, Ryan. Who's on top
2,
now? Oh, wait.
3.
I still...
You want to be on top this time?
Jeff won.
Did I win?
Yeah,
Oh,
Jeff.
Haley won.
Jeff. Well, hold on. 1.
Hold on.
2. No, Haley got 2 points.
Uh-huh.
Ryan got 1.5. Jeff
I got 1?
3.5.
Dang.
So I still
Sam
lost.
got 1.
Ah, so you still lost,
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
Good job.
Well, no.
That was question time about the film Milius.
I like the one thing I thought you were going to ask and it didn't come up, but which was my favorite. What was scrawled upon the USC's film department above the door? Reality stops here.
Yeah, nice.
Oh,
No,
that's
I
nice.
didn't.
That's
I
cool.
didn't notice
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah,
If I had, I would have
I
asked
figured
that.
that would have been one of the question. That would have been a Todd question.
I thought you were going to ask what did he ask for when they brought him in to write. I forget what he was writing.
Guns.
And it's
Yeah.
guns, girls,
Gold
and
gold.
gold. And then they said, "Do you want motorcycles?" And they got him motorcycles.
That was George Hamilton,
Yeah.
Oh,
right? He was writing the Evil Knievel
Right.
picture.
that's what it was.
And George Hamilton was like, "So what can I do to get you to write the Evil Knievel picture?" And John Milius was like, "I need guns, girls, and gold." And George Hamilton's like, "Here's some motorcycles. Go hang out in Palm Desert for a while."
Yeah.
And then,
And then he didn't write anything.
and then he threw the other script in the pool and beat it with an oar.
Yeah. And then when he did write it, he was all in telegram form.
That was amazing.
Fantastic.
This guy, I would love to have met him and hung out with him.
He's still alive. You could still...
Yeah.
Yeah, but not the same person.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
just trapped in his own head now.
Once you have a stroke, you're a different person.
Yeah.
You don't come back alone, Sam.
I did.
You never come back alone.
I never even heard of this guy. Like honestly, I'm just but interesting as hell,
Yeah.
So it was cool. I was glad I saw the film, and then watching it, I'm like, there are so many characters in movies that remind me of this person. You know what I mean? Like. I'm so glad that they brought up at the end
John Goodman.
Goodman's character in Big Lebowski, because me and my buddy were watching it. I told him I needed to watch this. I got to watch this for a podcast. We put it on. And he's like, he's totally what's his name?
Walter.
Walter. Yeah, he's totally Walter.
Yeah.
I love John Goodman's quote at the end. I think it was during the credits. He was, "Well, I didn't base Walter on anybody in particular, but I'd be terrified to meet John."
Right. Right.
All right, let's move on. And now we're going to talk about the film. At this point in our WTH review, we are going to do a quick whip around and see what everyone's favorite moment of the film was and to whom they would recommend this movie. Since we have a guest in the house and I've been avoiding him, let's go to Ryan.
What are we doing?
Favorite moment.
Favorite moments?
moment.
I think when they started talking about how he walked into a producer's meeting and put a gun on the table and kind of sat there and was like, okay, like let's listen to what you have to say. But it was like, it was very like an intimidating moment. It's just, I love stuff like that because I just love hijinks and just crazy people in general. Like I really love gravitating towards people like that. It's just I mean, maybe because I'm a little crazy myself, but like I love like Hunter Thompson stories
Right.
and just craziness like that. It's just like, can you imagine being there in the room? Like this guy just comes in, he puts a gun on the table and says, "Okay, let's listen to what you have to say." Like, come on, man.
I remember that and I was like, man, I don't have the sack for that. I wish to God I did. I wish that I could walk into a producer's meeting and just slam a gun
would
down
go
and be
straight
like,
to
here's
jail.
what it is.
Oh, nowadays, yeah.
Oh,
he
well,
was-
now for sure, yeah. But I mean, he was just, that's what's awesome about it too. Is just it's a story of a renegade.
That's why the 70s awesome.
Yeah.
For movies and for the Wild West that was Hollywood.
And
we just don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
We have producer made films that all suck.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of like why he made such awesome films and had these awesome stories was because he had he would create these moments within himself to try and maybe embrace or think of a character that he would be writing about or whatever. You know,
Right.
it's just something he wanted to do. He wanted to be somebody like that. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, watching this film, I thought about Todd because I thought if anybody were to do anything like John Milius, it'd be him, and I can see why he picked this movie. You're f***ing insane, is what I'm trying to say.
I appreciate that.
You know, I mean, we're talking about a guy who climbed up on an apartment building and then urinated on everybody below in the party.
I did not like these people.
Well, I mean, that's
so he's
cool
like-
for anybody above the party. I mean,
So
for
are
him-
Hollywood douchebags.
For him to say, "Oh, I wish I could do things like that," you do things like that,
Yeah,
except
I
just
suppose
more
that's true.
toned down.
Yeah.
well, I
don't
hopped
have
a
any
loogie in a
guns.
guy's hair at a nightclub one time, and then he wanted to fight after that. But that's a different story in itself.
Wow.
Right on.
But like I said, there's that. And are we going on?
To who do you
who to recommend it to?
To whom would you recommend this film?
It's like I said, it's very. If you're into like film history and stuff, I mean, I would recommend it to anybody into something like that, or even like old stories about like Hunter Thompson, or anybody who's a fan of Big Lebowski and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas will love
Right.
this film. So
Nice.
Good call. Good call. Haley, what's your favorite moment?
My favorite moment is when they send him his script to rewrite it and say put all the rewrites in blue, all of our ideas in blue, and he just prints off the script again, puts it all on blue paper, and sends it back, and they're like, "Oh, it's great."
That's right, because he didn't change anything.
didn't change anything.
They were doing a power play, and he just turned the tables. Didn't
Loved
change
it.
a thing. Sent it back to them on blue paper, and they're like, "Oh, it's fantastic! It's exactly what we wanted." I
Right.
forgot about that.
I liked that part. That was probably one of my favorite. But the whole movie was pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot.
I'm glad. Who would you recommend this to?
I wish I actually watched this in film school because this is a very inspiring documentary and probably would have made me a little bit less lazy in film school. So, film school students.
Nice. Jeffrey Potts, what's your favorite moment?
My favorite moment is probably, some of the talking about how they went to school together, him and George Lucas, and then obviously the friendship between him, John Milius, and Steven Spielberg, and how they just kind of all collaborated together because no one really knew what they were doing. At that point, the studio system had failed, and these guys were all coming up out of school, and none of them knew how they were going to get jobs because at this point no one knew what was going to be happening in Hollywood. And John Milius got his first job, and everyone's like, "Yeah, that's so cool." And so them all just trading points, just to get their movies, and then them several years later saying, "I'm still making money off Star Wars." It's like, what happened to that Big Wednesday money? So
That
was
was
funny.
hilarious.
that was pretty good. I like that. But
Yeah, the relationship aspect
Yeah.
between the characters was really, really unique and cool.
yeah, so I like that. The camaraderie that they all had for each other. They may have never seen eye to eye. They may have done things creatively differently, but they all had a bond,
Right,
And they
right.
stuck together. So I like that part of it. So there you go. And for a recommendation, I'd recommend this to people who enjoy. There's a lot of films that John Milius has his hands into. He's Apocalypse Now. He directed and wrote Red Dawn, Conan the Barbarian, Dirty Harry movies. He helped George Lucas with his filming. He helped Steven Spielberg with his filming. Wrote the Indianapolis scene, the Jaws. He is touched.
Yeah, he wrote the speeches.
Yeah.
For Hunt for Red October.
Yeah, which was great. He is touched. So I think if you are a film lover, if you love to watch movies, you like the history of film, I think this would be a good film for you. As if you're not much of a film buff, I don't know, you might want to stay away because it does kind of drag. It does get long, but other than that, I think it's really good for film buffs, film history lovers.
yeah, definitely.
So yeah.
I'm with you on that. Sam Roderos, what's your favorite moment?
My favorite moment's actually when he went broke because it shows the quality of character that John Milius had when he was willing to just take a staff writing job for the creator of Deadwood. And the guy's like, "No, dude, you're John effing Milius. I'm not going to do this to you. I'm not going to have you be in the staff room." And John Milius is like, "Well, I got to put my kid through law school." And the creator of Deadwood's like, "I'll pay for it. I will. It's 3 years. I don't care. I'll pay for it. Don't worry about it." And then John Milius created Rome, and with the Rome money, paid back the creator of Deadwood,
Yeah.
and it showed the quality of what a decent man he was. Even though if Hollywood thought he was insane,
Even though he's a maniac.
even though he was a maniac, I mean, but that's a thing because I'm pretty sure in Hollywood you don't have a lot of stand-up guys. Like you can count them on your hand probably.
Right.
And,
Right.
But I mean, John Milius, he's one of those guys you could count on because he went back and he paid him back. He didn't have to, but he did, and I think that was for me. It spoke a lot about him as a filmmaker.
That's great.
And I would recommend this, like Jeff said, to movie buffs. Like me, I watch a lot of movies. Maybe not some of more of the classic films like you do, but it's very interesting for me to see the history of Hollywood during that shift, where the movie houses were collapsing under their own weight, and him, Scorsese, Spielberg, Lucas, and all these these iconic filmmakers coming in and then changing everything, and him helping everyone along the way. Like, he was a team player. Mm-hmm. Even if, he wasn't going to get credit on something, he was like, oh, you want me to help you fix that? I can help you fix that, or I can help you maybe expand the scene. And that's what I really liked about it. And it's just always interesting to learn about those things. So anybody who does like watching movies, whether you've seen Apocalypse Now or not, it's always interesting to learn about these things and how they happen, how they come to be. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really well done. So movie buffs, same like Jeff.
One thing I wish they kind of would have gone into explore a little bit more personally was his process. Like, what is his process for writing?
Exactly. I would have liked to have learned more about his
it's
process because it was so unique and interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they talk so much about him and how crazy he was and how much he would, like Haley said, he beat a script with an oar. But then when he finally would sit down and write, what was he thinking? Well, I wish they would...
It's probably hard for them to get that information straight from him now, so that's maybe
yeah,
why
but
they didn't do
that's
that.
Yeah, because he ended up being worse than Dick Clark on New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, the end of that movie, the end of this movie was so ridiculously sad.
Super sad, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like the whole time I'm watching it, because like I said, this is my first introduction into this person, so the whole time I'm watching, I was like, is he dead? Like, there's footage of him there. I was like, that's 2010, I guess. So is he dead?
It said like 6 weeks later or something like that, and Jeff went, and he's dead. And I was like, no!
Yeah,
it was that.
Well, the whole time they're talking about it, they're like, oh, he was a great filmmaker, he was a great writer, and they've
They
always
keep saying was, and I was
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I just was, oh man, he's dead. Something bad happened, at the tail end of his career. I'm surprised that Red Dawn is the film that got him in trouble.
But yeah, me too, right?
I was
Of all
very
things.
shocked.
Well, it's all about the timing, I guess.
Yeah.
Just the time it came out.
You know, it's also a funny part. And have you done yours yet, Todd?
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
When they're talking about his coat that he used to have, and it smelled so bad, so they hired some people to take him shopping in Beverly Hills to go
That was the
purchase
question.
2 good coats.
That was the question that I couldn't read.
Yeah.
What sort of a coat did they buy him? It was a suede coat.
Yeah.
No, they bought him a tweed coat.
Oh no, he wore a suede coat.
He wore a suede coat, and it smelled like a dead rat.
That was the question that I couldn't read.
Well,
Anyway.
I loved
No,
that
thank
part.
you.
That part was good.
Taking your time to write would help out.
I
Be a
don't
little bit neater.
You could type it.
No,
Okay.
What is
Well-
computer?
I would if I didn't have to work before I came here. I don't want to leave my computer in the
Couldn't you
car.
have had Alexis do it for you?
Oh, I could have had Alexis do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has that Amazon
The
tower.
Amazon Echo. It's pretty sweet.
What the hell is that?
It's basically a Siri for your home.
It's Skynet. But
It's
anyway.
pretty amazing.
It's Skynet.
It's
I asked her if she was Skynet, and she said, "You don't need to worry about that, sir."
Oh.
Ask her to self-destruct next time. See what happens. But
That's a good question to ask.
Ask her in Arnold's voice, though.
so anyway, Todd, what was your favorite scene?
Well, unfortunately, the reason I'm okay with you going ahead of me right there for that funny moment was because Sam jumped on mine where they showed his character. Because John Milius, yes, he was big and he was blustery and he was very masculine and he loved guns and girls and gold and being crazy and having a good time. He was a 100% stand-up guy. He was helping his friends out for nothing. They would send him pages and he would write them. He would help out with dialogue because he just happened to be there. He's like, yeah, I'll write that dialogue. Why not? He was just doing stuff because he was a team player. He was part of the team. And then his buddy from Deadwood, when he went for the job as staff writer, John Milius said, I want a job as a staff writer. The guy said, no, absolutely not. I'm paying for your kid's school. He was shocked when John Milius paid him back. Like he was on record saying, that crazy son of a bitch actually paid me back. Nobody's ever paid me back. But John Milius did, because he was a stand-up, righteous guy. In spite of all the nonsense, all the madness,
all
the guys,
It still kind of goes into like the whole masculinity thing though too, because you don't want to owe somebody, you don't want somebody to do that big a favor and then not pay.
Well,
them
it makes
back
sense,
for
but
it,
he puts his money where his mouth is,
Right.
and that is a true test of character. That guy was exactly who he was and is.
Yeah.
And that's really amazing to me. My recommendation for this movie is I would recommend this to every single person who's going to film school right now, because you don't need to do what they say. You need to turn in your assignments and write your reports, but you can make the movies you want to make and still be successful and still have an impact on the world.
Well, I think that's what's happening nowadays, especially with YouTube and Vimeo or whatever it's called. I mean, just the artistry that's coming out there, and they're pushing their vision, their world on people, and they don't have to go through the studios. You can literally do it on your own. If you get enough traction, you can create magic for yourself and your audience. And the studios, that's why the studios are all holding on to like the big budget stuff, because they don't have anything else.
It's a very punk rock era for film right now. It's just
I dig it.
Yeah.
Bobcat Goldthwait's totally embraced that.
Yeah.
He's a very punk rock filmmaker. He just makes a movie. Tell the story.
So what do you think of Milius at home? Let us know while at havencast.com or drop us a comment down below there. And then you can click on Jeff's face to subscribe.
No.
Just
that's
right
not
there.
how YouTube works.
That's not how...
Click on Sam's face?
No.
My face.
No.
Click on this face.
No. Okay. Well, so you just subscribe. Follow us. New episodes every Monday and Wednesday.
Hopefully.
Thumbs up.
Hopefully.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. That's right. The like button. There's that. Rate us.
Rate us on YouTube, on iTunes.
Yeah. And thank you once again to Ryan D. being our guest for the week.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining
Welcome,
us.
Ryan D. Thank you.
And you're welcome back anytime. We have a blast here.
I appreciate that. I would love to come back and bother you.
And we'll-
Yeah.
Anytime.
what's the website they can find you at again?
Go to teamryand.com. Again, I will be at Flappers in Burbank on February 19th, this Tuesday. And then, January 19th, sorry, this Tuesday. And then I'll be at the Ice House in Pasadena February 17th and February 19th. I'll be back at Flappers in Burbank. Just go to teamryand.com. I'll have the links there. You can see all my work and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan P. Demarest.
Right.
Nice.
Nice. Very cool. Ryan P. Demmer. I'm going to do that right now.
So, Sam, you have a choice for the movie next week. What is going to be?
The movie for next week will be Simon Pegg in Kill Me 3 Times.
Cool.
I like Simon Pegg.
Sweet. I haven't seen that one.
I want to see that one. So.
It's a comedy about hitman. Yeah, Kill Me 3 Times is the name of the
All
film.
right, great.
Nice, I'm in.
Yeah, so with that, well...
Milius.
That happened.